One Punch Man, Season 2, Episode 10. I can't remember the name. That's the name of the chapter. I mean, episode, that's the name of the chapter. Season 2, Chapter 10. I can't remember the name. I'm late, and I'm probably going to be... Honestly, Season 2 will probably be over by the time this is out because my laptop charger is broken as well, so no editing for a bit. But I haven't watched episode 11, but I can kind of guess I've kind of seen some bits that make me go, okay, so this is where it's going. But I'm talking about episode 10. Why am I talking about the old episode? I don't know. Episode starts off with, I suppose, like, I thought the episode was fine. There were some touches I really liked about stuff, but I think it covers the basis of what, like, is setting up for, like, the next kind of big things as well. So, first of all, like, I don't really, like, Saitama King stuff was good. It's just fun to kind of see, like, you know, see King, I guess, being a god of gaming. Meanwhile, Saitama's obviously, you know, very, I guess, similar to who he is in real life, you know. He is a giant, like, the bald ogre, you know. He's this giant monster, strong monster, really. But he only uses one technique, so the consecutive just lower kicks. Opposite to his one punch. And I think it's good. I like it. I think it's a fun scene just to see King, like, just so I suppose, like, the relationship between Saitama and King. Any case, we then get to the Heroes of Monster Association finally kind of meeting, when obviously where it ended off last time, and I do like this interaction because it kind of shows, you know, like, I suppose true it's war and they have no reason to trust them, but like when the Monster Association's like, oh, we just want peace and everything like that, and obviously turned out to be a lie, the Hero Association were looking for the right moment, just like they said. They're like, listen, we're just going to wait. You guys wait and see. The moment the opportunity comes, we're going to get you. We're going to backstab you, and that'll be it. And like, but obviously they turned their cards straight away first. Instead of waiting around, the Monster Association went bam, and they're like, no, we don't. Of course we don't want to team up. We don't want peace between humans and monsters. We want to kill you all because we're monsters. So they go for it, and then Darkshine shows up, and Darkshine looks weird. Like, I get it, it's a dark lighting and stuff, and they gave him the Darkshine, but I don't know why he looked a bit like that. But they showed him to be impressive. I mean, he did just grab... I thought, like, it was real impact when he just grabbed Destro Chloridium when he was in the human form, and just slammed him against the wall like nothing. And, of course, Destro Chloridium comes out, and he goes bam, bam with the drills. And, obviously, Darkshine just goes... I love it. Like, Darkshine, it really shows his power as an S-class hero. Like, a Tiger-level monster is literally like a fly to these kind of guys. So, you know, after that, they're like, well, we've got to make our next move, and Darkshine's obviously hyped up a bit too, and then he starts flexing to cheer them up. I do like that about Darkshine's personality. It's like, people love my muscles, I'll show them off. But, like, it did look a bit weird. I think the music didn't help. I was like, well, like, I don't know whether it would have been funny if it was just in awkward silence. He's just like, whoa! But, like, you know, I think it was just supposed to... It's fine though, it's fine in any case. So we then cut to the Monster Association, and whilst we know not everything's going smoothly for the Hero Association, more in terms of, you know, winning the public support, it's the same with the Monster Association, because the monsters aren't fully on the side of Gyoro and Orochi, because they're like, oh, we could do this if we all team up and we all work under King Orochi, we could do it, and no one cheers, because, like, no one truly kind of, like Orochi, I guess, hasn't earned their respect, in that sense. Like, he's a big, strong monster, he's a big, terrifying looking monster, but, you know, he hasn't really done anything, like, you know, like, as that one monster pointed out, why should we follow you, kind of thing, and that's a very silly looking monster. And basically he makes, and I think this is such a great moment to show the power of Orochi and how strong he is in comparison to others. So by him eating a Awakened Cockroach, a monster that gave Genos quite a bit of trouble, he ends up like, he eats him like a snack. He's not an issue for him. Orochi is just that strong. You know, it's a great way, and it shuts everyone up. Everyone's like, okay, you're the boss, you know? Like, Orochi is a very intimidating monster, and it's just like, just all these little touches that help to build up to who he is. But then, of course, we also get to the side where it is looking like, you know, the force of, I guess, like, building Orochi like that is a great way to kind of go, like, damn, he's really strong. Like, and I guess in any other series, it'd be like, how are we going to cope with this guy? But then, obviously, Orochi goes, hey, where's Goketsu? Gyoro tries to find him, and just finds the mangled up corpse of Goketsu. And it's just like, oh, wait. We've got Saitama, it's gonna be okay. But then a lot of this, like, it's a lot of small stuff after this, but it's a lot of calm before the storm, and it's a great way just to fill in what everyone's kind of going through at this point. Like, not everyone, but, like, everyone from, like, you know, characters who matter to the general public and everything like that, and we see, like, both sides. We see, like, heroes and monsters, and civilians all react to this. So, obviously, like, Genos gets a power boost again, so, like, that's gonna be really good for his upcoming fights. Child Emperor and Metal Knight had that brief discussion when, and like, it's a good way, I guess, to see their morals, because Child Emperor's like, no, we've got to do this the right, we've got to save the kid, but Metal Knight's like, I'm not getting involved on these guys, and obviously he's seen Orochi and he see what he can do, but he's also like, we should just nuke the whole place. We should just get rid of them. And like, I get that is the more efficient thing, but it's also about what's the more humanitarian thing. Like the like, you know, sticking to what humanity is, because at that point it doesn't make us any better than the monsters. We get to see, like I said, that even just like a kind of the public opinion, so even the stronger people of humanity, like the martial artists, like they're not hero level, but they're pretty strong in comparison to just standard human. They're pretty scared of what's going on and they're embracing it. And then, like, you know, the public are concerned because of that massive attack, and the Hero Association didn't really seem to do anything, so the Hero Association is going to have to retaliate. And then we get Garo as well. Garo's back up, and like he thinks King is the one who knocked him out, so that's still keeping away from him and Saitama's. They don't really have a lot of knowledge of each other. Like, we've seen this, like, they've had obviously interactions with each other, but Garo doesn't know that Saitama's this guy who keeps one-shotting him, and Saitama doesn't know that Garo is the hero hunter Garo. Because, like, obviously from last time where he's like, oh man, I can't wait to meet this hero hunter, and then he's like King. But they've actually met, and it'll be very good when they do meet finally. And as it goes on, he spots Death Gatlin, but he's in no condition to fight, so he goes and runs and hides, but Death Gatlin spots him. So I think it's a good way, obviously, just to kind of, instead of like Death Gatlin showing up out of nowhere, just having him go like, okay, that's fine, because it builds up, obviously, him tracking Garo, everything like that, leads to some exciting stuff later on. And then we get to see what the monsters are going up for, and this is one of my favourite bits, because when I read it originally it was like this too, but because obviously like like they've taken that, like, you know, the news about this coming out, not only a message to the heroes, but the monsters have read it, and they're like, this is a message to us as well. We'll gather and we'll finally crush humanity once and for all. And it's supposed to be this big, it's supposed to be a pretty intimidating scene, right? Because like like I said, any other series you'd be like, they were struggling against these guys before, and now they've got even more allies on their side. How are they going to cope with this? And it is like this uh-oh moment. They're all gathering in City Z, but then you have to remember, someone lives in City Z, and it's just this great way, like I said, with Saitama and Orochi earlier, like, you got Orochi's powerhouse, but Saitama obviously one-shot Goketsu. You've also got this moment where, like, oh no, all these allies, BAM! There's a lot of monsters out today. I can't believe they went to challenge me. I love that. It was very funny. It was done super well as well. Like, the comedy, like, I've said this a couple of times, but like, I know people might have their issues with the action still, but the comedy is difficult to mess up, and it doesn't mess up. They do a really good job of it. And then the rest of this episode is kind of just dedicated to Garo again, and it is good. I like it because it's kind of, when I was watching it, I was like, this is why I like Garo a lot. This is like what makes him stand out as a character to me, is this relationship he has with the kid Tario. So obviously Tario, like, the Garo just happens to be at their secret base, and the kids are like, Tario, you go, and he says they're his friends, but they're more like kind of picking on him, like they force him to go, they hit him. So Tario has to go and confront this guy, and obviously when they meet each other again, at first he's like, ah, just get away, and then Tario's terrified, but the moment they're like, oh hey, it's you, and then they start talking again, and they have a good relationship, you know. This is, when I say this is what I like about Garo, is because Garo is a badass, and he gets these fights everywhere, and it's really well done. Like, obviously, like, he just wrecks everything. It's really fun to watch him have these fights. Either he doesn't wreck everything as we've seen, but like, he has these really entertaining fights, and Tario, and like, it stops him from just being like, you know, I'm a badass and I fight everything and that's all I've got going for me. But this relationship with the kid Tario is what sets him apart, because it shows a more caring side of him. And we've seen this before, obviously, with his relationship with Zenko. Well, his relationship with Zenko, but like how he looked out for Zenko after fighting Melbat, and Sludge Jellyfish was going to go after him. We get to see more of this character in this little interaction. It opens him up as like, why his real kind of goals, because obviously he says he's a threat, he wants to become the world's greatest monster, the greatest villain who ever lived, but then he's also like being friends with this kid, you know, he's got a good relationship, like, he's kind of like, I guess, a mentor or elder brother role to him, and I do really like, and I like it a lot, but like, even this, like, he's like, you think he takes like no crap from no one, right? But when he's like, you just gotta get strong, that's how you deal with issues, and then Tario's like, that's kind of obvious, and then instead of Garo bangs him, and you think for a moment, like, oh no, but then he's like, you're right, it is obvious, you get it. And then he's like, he has a good, like, you know, he likes this kid and he sticks up for him. And I like their relationship. It's definitely the thing that made me like Garo so much, because I know, like, you can like him because he's really cool, but it makes him stand out as a character. And this is one thing it needs. Like, this is what I really like about One Punch Man. It makes villains more interesting, like this. So, obviously, Death Gatlin rolls up with his boys, the various boys. Wildhorn's colours, I did not expect them to be like that. I thought they'd be like these darker colours. I don't know what, but like, I didn't expect like the bright purple and yellow. It was just, it really hit me when I saw it. I was like, oh, okay, that's real bright. I just thought it'd be like some, like, maybe like a black and white or like a navy blue or something, or because there's a size for like a Power Rangers thing, like maybe a red. Would have done for him as well, but it didn't. And then this is kind of, I guess, my main issue with it, and I get this because it's from a manga perspective, because like reading it I know what happens, but like there are these moments of course, so like I said, it missed out on the little details. That's kind of been my thing for this. Like I prefer the all the little details you get in the manga too, but what I will say is, like, I think it's because this fight is one of my favourites in the series. Like, Garo being, like, being outmaneuvered by this, like, team specifically built to deal with him. Of, like, you know, they're not S-class heroes, so they're not, like, these superhuman people, but they're pretty damn good at what they do. And, like, they've got a good balance of, like, close range and long range and mid range and fighters. And they've got a support character as well, Glasses, who's great. He's a fantastic character. And they kind of miss out on what makes him great, but I think they cover it in season 3? No, they cover it in the next episode, and I hope people like that. I've seen like glimpses, like I've seen pictures, and I'm like, okay, if they cover it, that's fine. And what I think is really good is that I think this whole fight's good, but what I mean is, like, it builds it up really well. Actually, no, I need to stop for a second and talk about the music, because the music is Garo's theme again, and I didn't mention it, but when he's talking with Tario, this also works for him, is we hear, the first time, I believe, like, a leitmotif of his, like, it's the piano from, like, his theme, but it's just a lot silent, it's, like, not silent, it's a lot, dull, quieter, I guess, like, softer, that's the word. It's a lot softer as he talks to this kid. And it also is a good representation of Garo, because obviously a lot of the time we hear his theme played a lot throughout the season, and it is just like blaring. It's supposed to be like, yo, Garo's like wrecking everything, but there's a different side to him, and it's only very slight, and it's only like at this kind of moment we start noticing, like, I guess really, because like I said, we see it with Zenko, and we see it kind of briefly with Tario, but we don't get it then until now. It's kind of the first real relationship we kind of see Garo have with someone. So it's good, and I think the music really backs it up. And then obviously the music goes back when he goes fighting, and when I said go back to the fight, what I mean by this is, I know, like, they build it up really well, the animation, because it's the same guy, I can't remember his name, but he's the star of Season 2, basically, because he made it super good. The lines got super heavy, the Garo did the jump up, and then he's like, you'll be my 100th kill, and then, like, obviously, when Blam Blam goes to shoot at him, he's like, you're first. It looked really good. It was amazing. I was like, yes, and I get really hyped, and then it just kind of stops, and I think the music kind of hurts that too, because of those moments where, like, they don't let the music play out, and then it goes back to the piano, and then I'm like, well, I wish to kind of let the music play out a bit, you know, and like, so we could see where this was going, like, because it's supposed to be a tense fight, and, you know, it's like, if they kept the and it kept that going in the background slide, like, just quieter, and then hit it back in when, obviously, the arrow rain comes down, just because, like, I think it's supposed to keep the tension of a fight, and it kind of lets the momentum down a bit too. But like, it was good to see, like, you know, this is, like I said, this is a well put together team for it, and it's interesting to see Garo come up against that. It's not like, this isn't a one-on-one fight against him anymore. Like, this is a group specifically designed in how Garo copes in this situation. Honestly, he's not coping very well. He's been shot by poison arrows, he's been, like, hit by this giant ball, like, he's been shot in the leg, everything like that. And even Glasses, who he underestimated a bit, got that hit on him, and that was really good. That hit was so clean. I thought it was done really well. He's like, my goal is to chase you down if you get away. And then I love that shot at the end when it spins around of Garo too. It looks so good. Like, you know, it's slow and it builds up speed. I just thought that was really good to kind of show he's surrounded, he's circled in, and then he's still got Death Gatling to worry about, who has a giant Gatling gun. And then that's where it ends. And it's a bit of a weird ending for it, but because of what happens next in the story, it kind of has to end there at the same time, because the next 2 episodes are going to be very, very action-packed, and hopefully very, very good. I don't know what people... I speak to someone who hasn't seen One Punch Man, who doesn't read One Punch Man, but he watches it, and he said he really enjoyed the next episode, so I'm ready to see it too. But what did you think of this? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you want to see more. Give it a like. You know that you won't watch it because it's been like nearly... It's going to be like 3 weeks by the time this is out. Okay, bye!